Welcome back to the session on Model 3 Corporate Strategy. In the previous session, I had discussed about SWOT analysis. And I also told that SWOT analysis and SWOC analysis is more or less the same. Only thing is, in SWOT, we see the threats. In SWOC, we see the challenges. In place of T, it is C. The current concept used is SWOC. So, SWOC analysis, like a SWOT analysis, SWO is same. Strength, weakness, opportunities are same. Only instead of threat, you have challenges. Still, there is a slide put for you all to have an understanding of what is SOC. So, it is external and internal factors like SWOT analysis, which analyzes the strength and weakness which is internal to the organization, opportunities and threats which are external to the organization, and products where, for example, when you talk about the strengths, like a couple of examples I had given previously, efficient customer support service, global presence and collaborations, better facilities in research and development activities, to name a few, again for you all. Tie-ups with the international reputed companies, ISO certifications of an organization, experience in tooling, selective and metal cutting. All this becomes a strength for the organization. Weakness, as I told, financial instability, unutilized or underutilized stock in inventory which needs high maintenance cost. Lack of research facilities, R&D development, innovation. There is a lack of R&D facility and innovative products, outdated research data. 10 years old research data may not, just 2 years old research data may not be applicable this year. Lack of latest technology, no web present. Today we are in the digitalized world, online world where digital marketing, digitalization, e-business we talk, e-office we talk, and still the old traditional method of book accounting documentation is followed, which takes a time. Documentation is required, but it takes a time in following this all manually documented process. So, that may become an hindrance to the company in meeting its strategic objectives. New firm and hence lack of goodwill. New to the industry. You don't have a brand, industry doesn't have a brand name. Goodwill is not there. But over a period of time, it can gain it. The weaknesses can be overcome with working, refining and trying to overcome the deficiencies or lacunas in a properly handling by the company. So, that is what it says. So, firms use SWOT analysis as a strategic planning tool more than SWOT analysis, SWOC. Instead of SWOC, it is SWOT. Now it is currently used. SWOC stands for, as you have told. So, SWOC and SWOT. SWOT is SWOC, where SWOT is strength, weakness, opportunities and threats, and SWOC is strength, weakness, opportunities and challenges. It is all the same except challenge and threats being essentially the same thing in certain context. So, that is about SWOC. So, this again some recap on strength, internal attributes and resources that positively influence the organization, discussed brand reputation, experienced skilled workflow, technology, financial stability, distribution network, supply chain management. Weaknesses can be of outdated technology, limited product, employee turnover, high employee turnover, weak marketing strategies, financial instability. Opportunities are emerging markets, technological advancements, customer preferences changing, strategic partnership, government incentives or favorable regulations. There are certain governments regulations which are favorable to certain industries. Challenges are again tremendous competition, market saturation. Sometimes the product becomes obsolete, get into decline and may not be in a position to meet during pandemic, unexpected situations or environmental hazards can be a problem, regulatory changes and supply chain disruptions. These are the challenges. So if you could see closely, if you could monitor strength, weakness, opportunities and threats, what we discussed in this is the same. Strength, weakness, opportunities are common in SWOT and SWOC. The same concepts, components we could see, but only thing is in the case of threats, threat is also more or less if you could find intense competition, downturn, everything is changed, but here we see it as a fear, whereas in challenges we see it as an issue or a problem and try to overcome that. There is a slight perceptual change which you could find it across. So, SWOC analysis. What is SWOC analysis benefits? You get a holistic view, provides a comprehensive overview of the company's internal and external resources on the environment, informed decision making, helps in making data driven decisions and developing effective strategies, resource allocations, aids in prioritizing resources and efforts towards most critical areas, risk management where calculative risk. Instead of identifying the potential risk, you take a calculated risk to face the challenges and also being proactive instead of reactive. Taking a preventive measures then after the incident occurred, taking a measure is different. Strategic alignment, ensure the strategies are aligned with organization strengths and opportunities while addressing weaknesses and challenges. So these are the benefits of SWOC analysis. And lastly, to discuss what is the key difference between SWOC and SWOT. So SWOC analysis is a valuable strategic planning tool that helps organization gain insight into their internal strength and weakness and external opportunities and challenges. By systematically analyzing these internal factors and external factors, opportunities and challenges, organization can develop informed strategies to achieve their objective and maintain a competitive edge in the market. So, these are the key difference you could find between SWOT and SWOC. SWOT external factors where includes threat, it is external negative factors as a distinctive characters, whereas SWOC includes challenges or constraints which may include both negative external factors and other types of external factors. That's the only, see it is got SWOC includes negative external factors and also other types of external barriers, whereas threat we talk about only about the external negative factors, perceptual change of seeing things. Focus on constraint. SWOC analysis expertly focuses on identifying and addressing external constraints that may affect the organization ability to achieve its objective, whereas SWOT focuses on threats that pose risk to the organization. There is that's what you could see, it is identifying and addressing external constraint, a hindrance, a problem. You identify and address, but here you see it as a threat which is a risk to the organization. There is a perceptual variation. Application. SWOT analysis is widely used across various industries and sectors to assess strategic position and formulate strategy. Similarly, SWOC analysis also analysis in particularly useful in where understanding and addressing external constraint is more and critical to strategy formulation and implementation. So this is the key difference one can come across between the SWOC and SWOT analysis. So basically SWOT and SWOC in certain organization is interchangeably also used. In SWOC, in challenges you see the negative factors and also external constraints. In threat, you see only the external negative factors. In overall, to conclude, SWOT and SWOT are valuable tools for strategic analysis. The choice between them often depends on the specific context and specific objectives of the organization. SWOT is more common and focuses on threats, external negative factors, while SWOT incorporates challenges. It focuses on external negative factors and the constraints, also the challenges or issues faced by the organization in its analysis of the external factors affecting strategy. This was the overview of SWOT and SWOT. The application of this can be used. SWOT analysis or SWOT helps in discussing the current position of the business. Where does the business currently stand? What is the business position? Systematic and structured analysis where you could do it across. It talks about helps the strategic leaders in selecting the suitable course of action among the various alternatives. Compare SWOT analysis where it compares on internal and external factors. So when you talk about internal factors, what are the strength and weakness of an organization? If you could see in the diagram, it talks about the internal and external factors. So SWOT is the thing basically helps in decision making by the managers. So opportunity for brainstorming during decision making and planning the clear outcome to be obtained. So it enhances the strength of the business. When you know the strength of the business and trying to work on it, it enhances the firm's strength. So analyzing the internal factors provides an insight about the strengths and critical success factor for the organization. CSF, building and enhancing the strength of the organization. That's what the SWOT or SWOT analysis talks about. Helps in exploiting the opportunities with your strength and with your external opportunity. You can exploit the opportunities. So it helps in the existing external environment. So analysis, exploit the opportunity, and also it helps you, the available data can be used in exploit or to encash the existing opportunity. Helps in reducing the weakness. When you know your strengths, with your strengths, just showed across here, you can try to overcome weakness by taking advantage of opportunities or minimize weakness and avoid threats. So you can work in this area so that you can helps in reducing the weakness of the organization. So you can think about this. So you have mini strategy where strategies that minimize weakness and avoid threats, and when it is when the strategy minimize weakness by taking advantage of the opportunity. So your weaknesses, internal weaknesses can be overcome either by encashing or exploiting, trying to take advantage of opportunity or trying to avoid the threat itself. So that's one of the key application of SWOT analysis. And it also helps in stabilizing the threat because it's an external factor where allows the managers to understand and highlight the threats that may be an hindrance in exploiting the opportunity. So managers can formulate effective strategies in the firm to deal with the obstacles and to modify their strategy to neutralize the present and work on the potential threats, where you can either avoid it or the firm can avoid the threats, or firm can try to neutralize its effects in the present and situations. So that is about the application of SWOT analysis in a business firm. So this was about session was all about what is meant by SWOT. We had a brief difference, what is the difference between SWOT and SWOC, and the application of SWOT analysis in a business firm with an understanding of SWOC. So when the SWOC and SWOT, T and C, how the T is perceived and how the sea is being seen as has been explained in this session. Thank you. We'll come back shortly.